Is A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-259-8642. 800-259-8642. 800-259-8642.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey Chicago, this is Richard Chu with First Capital Insurance Group. Have you been looking for a way to better grow your safe money? To make sure that your hard-earned income is protected from the inconsistency of the volatile markets? Have you often wondered how so many wealthy people protect themselves from loss when the stock market goes down, like it did during our most recent recession? Well, we have answers to those questions. We have solutions that allow you to win the market and inflation battle, reduce taxes on your hard-earned money, give you better than market performance by protecting your money during a down market, which allows you to leave a legacy for your family and loved ones, and most importantly, provide you with an income during your retirement years that can't be outlived, unlike your old 401k, IRA, pension, or mutual funds. So, if you want to revisit your old way of saving for the future and truly protect your safe money, give us a call at 312-243-4562 or go to our website, www.firstcig.com. That's www.stcig.com and click on the retirement planning button. We want to help you protect your future starting today.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
You probably have a lot of questions about opportunities to save on your electricity bill by going solar. Well, here's your chance to get your questions answered. Call Tracy today at 708-261-6290 or visit her website at www.solarsaves.pro for a no-obligation discussion about your opportunity to save on your electricity bill by going solar. You'll also learn about the 26% federal tax credit and the Illinois Solar Renewable Energy Credit that could save you as much as 1/3 of the cost to convert. Call Tracy today at 708-261-6290 and be sure to visit her website www.solarsaves.pro. That's www.solarsaves.pro or call her at 708-261-6290.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris
It's a short.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITFASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
The following program, The Family Meeting, is sponsored by Polaris Insurance Agency and Eric Grant, and to the extent of their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Web Radio Company or its management.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment.
Of his or
now
own
with
heritage.
Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC Investment Advisor Services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
The Law Office of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you. Whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck.
You better call Darnell.
Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI?
I think you better call Darnell.
Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony?
I think you better call Darnell.
Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm?
I think you better call Darnell.
When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home?
I think you better call Darnell.
That's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Hi, I'm Clydeton with Kelly Dry and Warren LLP, www.KELLEYDRYE.com. I listen to the family meeting.
This is DeAndre Edwards, assistant coach of the West Inglewood Tigers. I listen to the family meeting.
Welcome to the Worldwide Headquarters.
Headquarters.
Of the family meeting. What's up, y'all? It's family meeting time. I'm your boy E. That voice you hear there is the black Asian dude.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
What's up with the technology? They're just breaking your stuff. They're just breaking your stuff.
Here comes the white slave, man. Go fix this up, man. Yeah, we're raggedy as hell today, man.
Devin didn't like it. He's like, man.
We're raggedy as hell today. Tressa's on the phone with us. Tressa, you there, girl?
I am. I'm here.
Yeah,
what happened?
Things. You know things. This is the raggedy-ass rust bucket. You know that.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, man, grab your phones. Like us on social media. We're all over it. I tell you there. We are. There you go. Okay. So Devin's squirreling around here trying to get things fixed. Looking like a cowboy with his mask on, getting ready to rob a bank. Like us on and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. That's where you'll find where the conversation continues when we're not here. Go there, will you? Will you? Go there. Also visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You'll find our archived broadcasts there, often requested music playlist, something I tinkered around with this week. Check it out. Are you listening down there, Tressa?
I am, all the time.
Okay, I hope so, man. Because
you know what? As a matter of fact, I was listening to it the other day. Okay. And I had it playing, and a couple of my family members was like, "Where you find that playlist at?" I was like, "They did."
I don't know nothing about this, man.
For as country as they are, that's what they said.
That's right, man. And the space shuttle cockpit controlling everything is our white slave, Devin. Thank you, Devin. We got him running today, girl. He's sweating. He's sweating, man.
I see.
He's been running from the field to the big house. Just taking care of everything.
Back and forth. Get some food. It's up, man.
And Devin's got everybody in line, too. He's like, hey, man, look, y'all got to stop acting up.
That's right, man. Hey, listen, you can become a patron of our broadcast. You certainly can. Go to our webpage, tfmradioshow.com, where you'll find Become a Patron button. Click that button. That's what that means.
Mash it.
Mash it. That's right. Become a patron button. Click that and become a patron for as little as $5 per month. That's how we stay on the air, y'all, with your help.
5.
Because you're cousins, and that's what we do, right? That's what we do.
That little $5 holler.
To you from radioshow.com. The family meeting is brought to you today by Identity Guard. Say that thing, Tressa.
Identity Guard.
They need to hire you for that. They really do. For as little as $6 a month, you can protect your ID and your online presence and persona and all that stuff. Go to lookaftermyid.com to learn more. Look After My ID. The numbers, hey man, the line fills quickly. The number is 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Yo, man, of all the what in the hell's going on with your boy Tim Scott, man? What in the hell?
Wait. Eric and Tressa, check this out. So y'all know I probably have we'll call it, as Eric likes to say, man, what are you talking to all these white guys for? So I must have, my phone kind of got blown up a little bit by my, white liberal progressive Democratic friends this week. Tressa, if you could have sat with me on my phone during that, it would have tickled you, because I had a number of folks saying, Rich, I can't say the words, but help me out, man. I mean,
man, this
listen,
man.
As a part of my news, that was going to be one of my stories.
Go ahead and read that one, Tressa. Man, I'd be damned. That boy.
Well, what he said was,
I had to look him up on the web to see if his mama was still alive. I knew she wasn't.
Oh man!
But to see how long ago she died, because she would have smacked that boy upside the head for what he had.
Wherever she was, if she would have reached wherever. Go ahead, T.
You know it's bad. You know it's bad when white folks call you.
Yes.
Listen. Okay, so this is what it was gonna say.
Okay. Yeah. Let me put on the appropriate music for you. We get a little Benny Hill music here for you. Oh damn! What the hell?
Not Benny Hill.
Okay, well that's not working. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead, Tressa.
It says, okay. A Democratic official is facing calls to resign from his post after calling Senator Tim Scott a racial slur. After Scott delivered his rebuttal speech, what happened?
Tressa, he unplugged his headphones.
Oh, there it is. Are we ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It says a Democratic official is facing calls to resign from his post after calling Senator Tim Scott a racial slur. After Scott delivered his rebuttal speech to President Biden's congressional address on Wednesday, Lamar County Democratic Party Chair Gary O'Connor called Scott an Oreo, a slur that refers to a black person who is seen as having adopted the attitudes, values, and behavior thought to be characteristic of middle-class white society, often at the expense of his or own heritage. I had hoped that Scott might have shown some common sense, but it seems clear he is little more than an Oreo with no principles, O'Connor wrote in a since-deleted Facebook post. Was he wrong?
No.
Nope.
I like that scientific definition, though, of an Oreo
yes,
that he offered.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? Dude is out there, man. And couple that, I mean, this was a Benny Hill week, because you saw your boy who likes to fart on microphones.
Yeah.
You saw him get raided.
Not
Yo, check this out, man. Check this out, man. Dude farted on a microphone.
and gave folks COVID. Tressa, I'm not exaggerating. I have friends in Los Angeles. I have friends in Fort Lauderdale. I had 2 friends in New York and one in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh.
I believe it.
Pittsburgh.
I believe it.
They said, Rich, dude. Well, all white. Rich, dude, what do we do? How do we handle this? Talking about
my mouth was, I was like, for real.
I'm glad they call you man, not me.
Yeah, so, and then your boy, Eric,
so your boy,
what kind of stuff you got in your house, man? And we can come in and take like your computers and your phones and your hard drives, but don't take that one over there. Why aren't you taking that one over there, Eric? How come you can't get that one over on your dining room table? What's wrong with that one?
Dude, God. Your boy,
Wait. Michael Powell says calling Tim Scott an Oreo is an insult to the cookies.
That dude said he talked about it. I read it. I didn't watch the speech because I figured he was going to have some I almost said a bad word there. He was going to have something that I was going to be cussing about.
Yeah.
I did read it, though, after the fact, just so I could kind of make sure that I'm read in on what he said. He said, after the shooting of Walter Scott, I wrote a bill to fund body cameras. He took responsibility for that. Today, kids again. So this is where he was defending the white kids of America because they're so downtrodden now. Today, the kids are being taught the color of their skin defines them, and if they look a certain way, they're an oppressor. We can't have white kids thinking that. We can't have that. We can't have that.
I can't even look at you, man, because I might say something. I might say something.
And of course, the most famous one is that America's not a racist country. It's backwards to fight discrimination with different types of discrimination, as if we're discriminating against white folks on a regular basis.
Let me discriminate. Let me discriminate to the magnitude that I don't know who I could even call out.
Man,
I'm glad.
Joint, man, give me a joint.
I'm glad you didn't watch it, bro, because I didn't. You know, I loved you.
I went real black that night. What I did is I turned on Blackish.
Yeah.
Listen.
Just so I could get that.
And started reciting lines from the show yourself, right?
Right.
Darn near.
The moment they announced that Tim Scott was going to give the rebuttal, I said, "Here we go."
Tressa, I got it. There is so much that went through my head when I heard that. I just laughed.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I didn't watch it.
Well, let's not talk about that dude no more, man.
Yeah, no, but it is.
No. We have
actually,
to talk about that.
Actually, yeah, because it's Tressa. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you will, but this is an example of. Forget about him being black for a minute. This is an example of how white America looks at and gives himself a way out. That's the part that a lot of people, I don't think, got. We know that Tim Scott was used as a pawn and also believes this. But what people don't
that's
really
the part
get
that's scary.
Is
that's the part that's scary.
Yeah,
he believes that.
Right. And so to that end, the right white part of our society and to some extent those middle of the road Democrats use this as an opportunity to say, well, Tim Scott's a U.S. Senator, and he says that it's not. And, you know, that's the part that gets me. Not that he said it, but that people are going to take it and go.
Well, he did say one thing that I agree with, but I suspect it's not for the reason that you might think.
What?
He said that race is not a political weapon to settle every issue the way one side wants.
Okay. I mean, that's a cerebral and probably accurate thing that he said.
No, that was an after the fact. Let me try and clean this up a little bit. First off, Tim Scott is the poster child for the accurate description that the Lamar County Democratic Chair used, Oreo.
Yep.
Poster child. For one, the last time I looked at Tim Scott and the last time he should have looked in that mirror, he saw a black man. Right after George Floyd was killed, he posted on Twitter his account.
Yep.
Did he not, Richard?
You did. He sure enough did, Tressa.
Okay, so now for him to go from that to this is saying to me one thing. His party said, look here, Nacho.
You want to keep yourself around here.
Yes, you better toe the line.
And Tressa,
but here's the thing, though. I don't know that he was put up to that. I think he was
Please.
No, wait. Let me finish my statement now. I don't think he was put up to it. I think he was already up to it.
I think Tressa,
I think he believes what he told us.
Tressa, that's the part right there. I mean, just try that on for a second. I can be with either.
He wouldn't hesitate.
Yeah.
If they say, "Can you speak for us?" They didn't have to tell him what to say. This is what he was going to say.
And this is what
I think the authentic Tim Scott, how he felt about the George Floyd shooting, was what he off the cuff posted right after. Those were raw emotions, raw feelings that he posted, giving his account and how it made him feel. And he talked about the racial and the discriminations that has gone. He talked about that in that was a, what do they call that? In the moment expression.
Mm-hmm.
What he delivered to the American people was scripted straight out of the books of the Republican Party. I don't care what none of y'all say.
But
it might be, but he believes that.
Tressa, I think it's both. That's why I said earlier, I really don't care whether it is him being that way or he was put up to it. Let's say it's a little bit of both. At the end of the day, I still...
You don't stand up in front of no microphone and say that.
Right.
If he's that double-minded, then he has no business in Congress.
Thank you.
What does he stand for?
That's what I wanted you
well,
to...
I think we know he said what he stands for. I don't think he was put up to this. I think he believes this. And amongst us, we've always had Negroes like that.
Yeah.
We've always had Negroes who toe the line.
Tressa,
so he's the most modern example of that. I don't know if it's any different.
That's a good point. Tressa, this is where the Republicans suck as strategists politically. What they should have done is gotten, if they wanted to use Tim Scott or anybody, they should have embraced the fact, we have these racism and racist issues in our country, and turn the microphone on to the Democrats and use them as the whipping post. And said,
I think he totally missed his opportunity.
They totally did. And that's
so look, y'all. But here's the thing that we need to know today. I don't care.
I know.
You need to know why, though.
Okay.
Both y'all and everybody listening needs to know why. I don't care if this country's racist or not.
It's already known.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I can tell you why if you're going to hang around for a while. Y'all going to hang around for a while?
For at least another hour and a half plus.
Okay.
I'm hang around.
Hang around for a while, and I'll tighten you up on why I think that is in fact the case.
I'm ready for the schooling.
All right. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more at the Family Meeting.
Gibson, keep listening to Family Meeting.
Alliance BPO is a black-owned registered agent providing credit card processing and point-of-sale equipment. Our representatives deliver customized solutions so that your customers can shop with you online. Visit us at Alliance BPO. That's ALLYANCE
Are you looking for the
BPO.com.
best residential and commercial laundry service in the Chicagoland area? Then you want PleaseDoMyLaundry.com. That's PleaseDoMyLaundry.com.
Tired of running to the store to get your CBD products? You can now get them online at the CBD Fun Store, where we have a full suite of Okana line products, including oil gummies, creams, smokable hemp, and pain relief creams. Why go out when you can enjoy the convenience of having them delivered to your door? Come directly to the CBDFunstore.com to place your order. That is CBDFunstore.com. All of our products are backed by our 30-day money-back guarantee. Your satisfaction is our focus. So visit CBDFunstore.com, where we make good health fun. The CBD Fun Store is a fully licensed micro-dispensary under Wakana for Life Distribution Group. You must be 21 years or older to purchase CBD products. Please consult your healthcare professional about potential interactions or other possible complications before using any product.
This is Matt Fisher. You can find me at Mr_Funny87 at Twitter. And welcome back to the Family Meeting.
The number is 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Tressa, we still got you, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Good. I'm trying to make sure I'm hitting the right buttons here. I got two mouses working. I got two keyboards working here. I'm trying to get my rhythm right.
You know what? I so appreciate you guys going through all of this trouble to make sure I can still remain a part of the show, because it's been very difficult. It really has. So I appreciate you guys, WCPT, all of you.
We're not a broadcast without you, Tressa.
That's
we're really
right.
not.
Oh,
that's right.
I do. I just.
Plus, I'm sure you're piling up a lot of comedy being in Mississippi. I'm sure there's a lot of it. We should have a segment called the Mississippi Chronicles.
Yeah, Tressa, it almost like a rather than just the news, there should be like a 2 or 3 minute updates from Countryland.
You guys have no idea
Something
what I go
like
through.
get your little Andy Griffith voice out and do that.
Every day I have to remind myself
where you are.
Oh my God! And this is 2021. Every day, I promise you, every day.
So your salvo is okay. There are other places on the planet than here.
Mm-hmm. There are places that are in the 20th century, the 21st century, than here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, girl. I hear you.
Yeah.
So here's why I think it doesn't matter. You guys may recall an interview that, I just went blank there.
That's okay.
James Baldwin.
Oh,
he had a famous interview probably in the late '60s.
With,
I think it was after the brother minister was killed, and some big red-faced white man asked him really this question. Essentially, this question: do you think America's racist?
Yeah.
And his answer was so profound that I cannot shake it out of my head. It was, I don't know. What I do know, and he rattled off a bunch of statistics that are really kind of the point.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and you know, this is where y'all gonna get a lesson in indifference today, in the value in indifference.
The value of it, because hold on a second, marrying up his interview, and I know it was a British dude, but with the article that you posted this the day before yesterday.
Oh, that's the article from The Root.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I got that data here.
That's
right. Because did you see that article that I posted, Tristan, on Facebook?
No,
The guy from The Root wrote an article, and he basically answered that question in an elongated fashion, the same way that James Baldwin did. It doesn't matter to me, and this is indifference for me. It doesn't matter to me if you harbor some sort of feeling about me wearing a brown costume.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about that. It doesn't matter to me. What I care about are the statistical indifferences, the statistical differences that affect me and my community, right? You can feel that way if you want to. That's your burden to carry.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to carry that burden. What I'm trying to do is make sure that if you get a business loan, damn it, I get one too.
Yep.
Right? If you get health care, good, solid health care, damn it, I get it too. If you have access to transportation and good roads and good schools, damn it, I get it too. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. You can hate me for my brown costume all you want. I'm not trying to figure out if you are or aren't racist. Doesn't make me any difference. So when we elect people, when we appoint people to these different offices, we're relying on them to correct the disparities.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give these people who, if they harbor that sentiment, the opportunity without penalty.
Irrespective of the gang they're part of.
Right. Don't give them the opportunity with the feelings that they harbor to create this disparity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want you to do, is stop the disparity. I don't need you to like me. You can go to hell.
So to match that up with or match up something that I read that I reposted on LinkedIn and on Twitter, there's an article called "White Men Are Broken." Actually, Karen Fleshman sent it, and then I redid it. But it's called "White Men Are Broken," and it's high time we start to acknowledge. This was written by a guy.
Okay, that's their problem.
No. But here, to your point about all the balancing points, loans. This white guy, gay guy. He said, "Look, I don't want to try to defend or prove one way or the other." He said, "All I know is the numbers don't lie."
Right.
If
right. Let me give you a few of them. Right. The police force against black people is 7 times that of white people.
Mm-hmm.
That's untenable.
Nope.
You can't have that.
Nope. Because
the assumption is if that's a real number, that somehow or another, that black people are worthy of force, are worthy of having your knee on our neck. We know that's not true. We know that the typical black American family is worth 10% of the average white family.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a problem.
Yep.
We got to fix that. And we're not less capable.
Nope.
Y'all know that. Y'all know that.
And
right?
that's one of the reasons why these barriers are put in place.
Black people are more likely to be denied a mortgage or an auto loan, even when they have the same credit and employment history as white America.
Yeah. What about?
So I don't care if you're racist. I don't care. What I need you to do is fix that.
And keep it fixed.
Right. If I have the same credit and same employment history, then damn it, I get a loan too.
And I know you're going to get to education, but keep going.
Yeah, let me skip down to education, because criminal justice, this guy did a hell of a job. You should read the article, Tress, when you get a chance.
I'm going to.
It's brilliant.
The average non-white school district receives $2,226 less per student than the majority white school districts.
Yeah. That's a huge amount of money because that doesn't.
That is a huge
that number is an average number, and it doesn't take into other economic factors in that community. So sorry.
Non-white schools are less likely to offer advanced level academic courses than white schools, regardless of income. Black children born in the bottom fifth of income earners have about a 2.5% chance of reaching the top fifth of income brackets. White children, by contrast, have a 10% chance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all these. That's why I talk about us pursuing data-based solutions. I don't care if this country or you are or somebody you know is racist. What I want you to do is put in place policies and procedures that prevent them from acting on how they feel.
And to that end, two of the people that reached out to me when Tim Scott gave his quote-unquote rebuttal, I know them well enough and close to them well enough to say, listen, yeah, what he's saying and how he's saying it and all is crazy, but what you got to do is balance out the things that he's saying don't exist. To your point, E, numerically, we know these things exist. We've known that for forever.
But at the end of the day, it's a shiny thing. So now we're in this crazy-ass debate about whether or not the country's racist.
Right.
Who cares?
That's why.
Well, what I want to know is everything that you mentioned, Eric, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I already know the answer.
She's been in Mississippi too long. She's been in Mississippi too long.
What I want to do is say everything that you just mentioned is the end result of that, the numbers that you just gave. Is that a direct result of racism in this country, or are there other mitigating factors that have led to those statistical numbers?
I think it starts with racism or racist actions.
Yeah, but does it matter?
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's perpetuated.
No, it does matter. Let me tell you why it matters. As I've been down here, I have had the opportunity to speak with a lot of people, especially in my community. And the mindset is, I get this or I get that, but I can't do this or that, or else I'm going to lose this or that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, is it the systems that are put in place to make people think that way? Do people think that way because of the systems that are in place? For instance, we always talk about social lifelines, social policies like Medicaid, food stamps, housing, vouchers, things like that. A person here who falls under a certain income level has access to certain benefits, food stamps, Medicaid, blah, blah, blah. If they go over a certain threshold, they lose those things, which those things are kind of like a lifeline that kind of helps them survive to a degree. So if the system in place to say you can't do this or else you're going to lose this, is the system in place affecting that mentality to say, hey, I can't do this because if I do this, I'm going to lose this? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And honestly, I don't know if that is the best example for our conversation, because some of it assumes that too many of us have to make that decision as it relates to government benefits. I think that probably a better example, which really kind of bolsters your point, is in the instance of a black woman working in corporate America. And, you know, a white guy can stand up and pound the table and raise hell about what he doesn't like. But a black woman, if she does that, she's crazy, she's an angry black woman, and she curtails her ability to be promoted or get raises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that, and that society reacts that way in general. We've watched this country point the tip of the spear of its justice system at people that they've decided to exclude when they protest about being excluded.
Right.
They turn the police on us if we peacefully protest being excluded. And they protect white communities when they protest something that they don't like.
Right. and overtly protect.
So what it does is it puts us in a position where you should take this Negro,
right?
You should take this being excluded quietly,
and
otherwise we're going to turn the tip of the spear of our justice system against you
or our systems. To tie in what you said, Tressa, to what Eric laid out in terms of the corporate example, if that sister speaks out rightfully, she's going to be ostracized or receive the tip of the spear of that corporation, potentially, by not being included or being ostracized, whatever.
Yeah, don't invite her to play golf with us.
So, Tressa, to tie this into what you said, where they're similar, if not the same, if that person who is on some form of assistance does certain things to advance their life,
to get ahead,
they get the tip of the spear pointed at them.
Yeah, it is the same. It is primarily the same thing. We're just talking in two different things, two different lanes, basically.
Two different lanes, but the same.
But the system like that doesn't fix itself from the top down. It fixes itself from the bottom up. So the people that I'm talking about are on the bottom. Sister in corporate America, she's already, if you will, ahead of the scale.
Well, I would argue that only because that sister who walked into corporate America is going to walk in there with probably 10 times the school loans.
But I want more people like the sister walking into corporate America or the brother. I want it to be more of her, because when you have more of us to deal with, then it's harder, if you will, to isolate.
You can't isolate. You can't isolate a group of. You can isolate a group of people,
exactly.
but in that environment, it becomes much more overt and obvious that the isolation is taking place, which is why there's class action.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
so they keep us limited for that reason that you just mentioned, Richard. They don't want those class actions because, if we band together, there's no stopping us once we band together.
Yeah.
But if you isolate us and divide us, a house divided is not going to stand.
Well, and that happens all the time because they threaten one amongst us. Hey, listen, you're up for promotion. If I find you commiserating with those other Negroes over there, hanging out and eating collard greens or whatever y'all do, then you're not promotion material.
Well, when we find that those are the cases, that's where the class action lawsuits come in at, and that's where a lot of these companies have been sued and been sued successfully.
But then there's always a Tim Scott that comes to the group and says, hey, y'all, hey, Mr. Charlie been good to me. He can be good to you, too.
Well, that lends itself, and this is not meant to be, let's tear down the successful or known black folks in America that because they didn't say or do the right thing, that we would want them to say or do. I mean, we've got situations where we can point those out, and you know which professional athlete, two of them I'm not mentioning, but you know who I'm talking about. At the end of the day, I go back to your point, or your question, Tressa, that's a significant holdback for people, because I've experienced that too when I've been down talking to folks and so forth, visiting family in Mississippi, where they're afraid to move forward because that move forward, they don't know how good their parachute is. They don't know how good their bailout is. And the sister's the same example in corporate America.
A home in a black community is worth $48,000 less than an identical house in a white neighborhood, even if both neighborhoods have the same resources, amenities, and crime rate.
True.
For 50 years, the black unemployment rate has hovered between 2 and 2.5 times the white unemployment rate.
We also know that white folks, and I hate to say it, but it's true, white folks don't buy houses from black folks. Black folks always end up buying houses from white people.
Here's a little known secret that some of our white listeners may not realize, but we're instructed by realtors to take down or hide all the black pictures in our house when we're selling.
Listen, let me walk y'all through this one. So the three of us have been blessed to purchase and sell and own a number of properties. Fair statement? Fair statement. So my last two homes that I've owned prior to Ann and I getting married, so the homes that I owned prior to Ann and I getting married, in both cases, not only did I take down the pictures, so to speak, I completely vacated the place. I took everything out and put it in storage.
That's what you got to do, man.
Everything,
Tressa.
And
so here's the big thing about this.
And white people bought both of my places, by the way. But
there you go.
But had they known you were black, they wouldn't have.
Well, I mean, you can't say that.
Can't say that.
No. That's how you end up going down a rabbit hole with these idiots. Because well, you can't say that. But
my experience has been.
Yes, exactly. The data shows us that.
Yes,
right.
But I think a much more in-depth question to answer would be when you gave the example of when we talked about the examples of the black woman in corporate America, and then here comes along the Tim Scott tap dancing, talking about Mr. Charlie been good to me. A question to answer in that aspect is, why do white America navigate towards the Tim Scotts as opposed to the very strong? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
see where I'm going?
I think I talked about this before. If I knew that my grandfather and great grandfather had committed a sin against society, I don't want anybody to think that I had anything to do with that. And anybody who's been sinned against, who's going to speak up on my behalf, that's my man. That is my man. And here's the bigger thing about that, is no matter who you talk to, if you can ask any white person you want to.
Come on with it.
Even the one that you know is racist, if they're racist, they're going to act offended. So what we end up doing is walking around society where nobody
is speaking the
Nobody's racist. It's never you. It's always somebody else crazy who we don't know, some nebulous person.
The isolated white guy.
If we go to every white person says, I'm not racist, then who's left?
Right.
If nobody's proclaiming that, yes, I'm the racist. I'm the dude. I'm the racist dude.
Other than that guy who yelled at the, y'all saw this, the Uber driver this week. She had her daughter in the car with her, and he rolls up on her and just starts yelling at her and says, yes, I am racist. And he just cursing and da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, there's one.
There's one. But that's not the point we want to be talking about.
Right. So all this does is lend itself towards what I've been saying for a good while now, which is we need to be about database solutions, and I don't care how you feel or think about my brown costume.
And from
don't care a bit.
And from now on, when we're in that argument or that debate with somebody, that's what we use. We don't use the how
same
I feel
way James
about
Baldwin answered the question. I don't know if you're racist. I don't care if you're racist. What I want you to do is deal with the data that says that something ain't going right.
Yeah.
Deal with that.
And get back to me.
That's what we need to expect of our elected officials.
Get back to me when you've done some work.
The number is 773-763-9278. Tress is calling in from Mississippi.
Yes, she is.
Stay tuned for more of The Family Meeting.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair.
Hi, this is Elise Ashby. Keep listening to The Family Meeting.
Still checking each other out. Hey, nobody wants to.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. We all know that 2020 was quite a year. COVID-19, the economy, financial markets, and the election have impacted our sponsors and advertisers across the board. We thought rather than being solely dependent on sponsors and advertisers to maintain our show, we would create a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page. We know you appreciate what we have to offer, from our Stop By and Pull the Seat dialogue to our Red Hot Music playlist, and our guests, politicians, authors, and small businesses. It is with that knowledge that we ask you to support The Family Meeting and to become a cousin and a monthly subscriber to our show using our Patreon page. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to keep The Family Meeting a viable voice here on WCPT, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Your monthly support will also help us expand our reach and touch more people across the progressive conversation. To become a Patreon subscriber, go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link. Simple and sweet. Thanks, cousins. We look
A
forward to keeping
2016
this party
study
going.
estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
1, 2, 3, 4, hit it. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, hit, 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 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit it.
Up in the Bronx with the people of fresh, there was one DJ who had to pass the test, and now he's down below and he's ready to play. That's right, y'all, his name is AJ. Never gets nervous when he cuts the beat. He gives top-notch service in the clutch on the street. A complete elite treat that can't be beat, cause AJ never knew the agony of defeat.
This is Steve Casey, the MacArthur Foundation. Welcome back to the family.
Yeah, y'all, some AJ Scratch Fire.
Go with it.
That's right, man. You get that kind of music down there, Tressa? No, she get that banjo music. Bang, 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 bang. I tease the South. Don't I tease the South?
We have to. We have to.
There's so much comedy down there, though, man.
It truly is.
Actually, their music is kind of up to date. You know, I hear the same stuff. Yeah.
But one thing.
When I was talking to people when I was down in Alabama, for me, it was like some sort of a Saturday Night Live sketch, man. I was like, y'all don't really talk like that, dude. Y'all don't really.
You're not from around here, is you?
Y'all don't. This ain't real.
Right.
Y'all acting right. Y'all don't talk like that. This is on TV. This is what they do on Andy Griffith.
Well, this is candid camera because you're not from around here.
No, man. Come on, man.
I love it when they say it real fast, like he said last week. Trust me, you're not from around here.
They do talk like that down there, don't they?
They do. They do.
Do you have like a GoPro you can hide in your somewhere where you're walking around so you can record some content for us?
No. No.
Yeah, man.
I have to tell you one thing for sure today. I love that I am making you laugh.
You know, it is. Yeah, it's been a long time, and so I appreciate that.
Good.
I don't laugh much during the week.
Yeah, let me give y'all some more data to depress you a little bit. In 2016 election, black voters were 79% more likely than white voters to wait more than 30 minutes to cast a ballot.
Yeah.
Since Tim Scott took office in 2012, poll closings have disproportionately occurred in non-white precincts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
For 99% of the highest, for 99% of the neighborhoods in the United States, black men earn less as adults than white men who grew up in comparable neighborhoods with comparable families. Black children who grew up in two-parent homes do worse economically than white children who grew up in poor single-parent homes. Blacks have they call them blacks here. I know we've been black for a while. Blacks have less access to clean water and air. The typical white person lives in a neighborhood that is 75% white and 8% black, while the typical black person's neighborhood is 45% black. I mean, all that stuff points to something that's going on. I don't know if it's racist. I don't need to determine that. What I need you to do is fix the data.
Yep.
Fix it. Yeah.
I'm trying to find this.
I ain't trying to get in no stinking ass argument about whether the country's racist either. That's a waste of my time.
First, they got to believe the data. If they don't believe the data,
even acknowledge that it exists, Tressa. That's the first hurdle, is acknowledging that the data exists before they're even going to try it on.
Some of these you can see, though. You don't have to even. I mean, you can't. It was like this lawyer in Chauvin's trial trying to argue. We're looking at the man get killed.
Some cockamamie craziness. Exhaust from a hybrid.
We're looking at the man get killed. Black men are sentenced to 20% longer sentences. You can't dispute this. The 20% longer sentences than white men who commit the same crime and have the same criminal history.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to try to. This is a part of what Karen Fleshman posted, which is tying into this whole issue about the numbers. I mean, at least in my opinion, white women are both harmed by the patriarchy and the enablers of it as voters, mothers, girlfriends, wives, daughters in the workplace, at church, in schools, and in sports. We advocate for our sons. We repeatedly, now check this out, we repeatedly tell white men they are the center of the universe and can do no wrong. Natural born leaders who should be in charge. I tie that to the numbers, Tressa, because when you look at a white family that's has less economic stratus than a black family does with higher education, that only comes from one thing. That comes from the white patriarchy and
yeah, but see, that's
racism.
the thing, though. Once we start trying to have the discussion about where it comes from, then we wander off into why and the science.
I don't think I think that can happen, but it doesn't have to because it says that the data is irrefutable.
Right.
And this is the psychological part of it, because how does that sustain itself? How does that continue to happen?
Well, I agree with you. What I'm saying, though, is that to the extent we allow ourselves to wander off in the argument about how it occurred, it prevents us from digging into how to fix it.
Fair enough. But part of the fix.
Because the fix, so what you're describing is this white patriarchal society. We can't fix that.
But it explains how it continues.
We can't fix it, though.
Yes, we can if we understand where it comes from.
How do you fix the white patriarchal society?
I'm sorry. Let me back up. Let me pull that back. I'm sorry. We can't fix the white patriarchal society.
Or the sentiment that supports that.
Correct. But if we don't realize that's part of the perpetuation. Where else does the perpetuation come from? Tressa asked a question earlier. How do we get to a point where what happens in corporate America doesn't continue to go and happen?
So, but let me ask you this then. If we don't realize where it comes from, can we still fix it?
No.
How sustainable is it if we don't know where it comes from?
Well, I mean, look at this. Look at this. You got.
I don't think it matters. First off, I don't think it matters where it comes from.
I agree. So look at this one stat here. Black men are sentenced to 20% longer sentences. Wherever that comes from doesn't matter to me. You need to look at all your sentencing and make sure that it's the same. You either have to raise the white man's sentences 20% or lower the black man's. It has to be closer. It just has to be.
It does. I agree with that.
I don't care why you think. I don't care where it came from or why it's that way.
I think. Okay. So as part of the change, what are the tools and the mechanism?
So when the judges look at the sentencing guidelines, there needs to be one page added, which talks about the disparity.
Okay.
You need to take all that into consideration when you're offering sentences.
Okay.
Really, I think it's as simple as that. That's one data point that they can correct. I don't care where it comes from and what motivates people to do that. I don't care. You need to fix it.
Right. The crime is a crime, and this is what that crime carries.
Well, this goes back to
what.
Look at this one here. Look at this one here.
Someone gets sentenced.
Look at this one here. We said it before. The average non-white school district receives $2,226 less per student. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't care why it's that way.
Okay. So then, are we saying that the fix is in our lap or in the laps of the perpetrators of that system?
I'm saying that once we collectively identify that this is a stat, that you need to either lower the white districts by 2,226 or raise the black districts.
And who's going to be responsible for lowering it?
The people that we elect.
Okay.
All right. Responsible for making budgets.
So then going to what Tressa said earlier, the numbers that we have to change that machine, the system, and to have more black women or black men and less white men and frankly less white women in those positions of decision making.
No.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What I'm
asking a question. Is that part of the fix?
It's not.
No,
it's not. It is fixing that data. Because if you fix that data, automatically you're going to have more black folks in positions.
You want to know how we fix that data? We have to have. White people are not used to, and one of our listeners in the chat said this. White people will navigate towards a Tim Scott type because they don't feel threatened.
Of course not.
By a Tim Scott.
Of course not.
What they need to realize and try to tap into is what they see from us in what they may define as aggression or aggressiveness isn't that at all. It's more of us asserting ourselves, knowing that we have a slim to none chance of being successful. So we have to present ourselves with a mindset and body motions or whatever and talk that will complement that so we can feel confident in ourselves because we face so many things.
Yeah, but Tressa, you're right. But here's the thing. That doesn't matter either. If we're an angry black man or black woman,
no.
You're asking me why I'm there. Okay, I'm sorry.
But that's not where I was going. Where I was going is I would want white people to get in touch with their aggressive side.
But
but not for that reason. Be in touch with their aggressive side to say, hey.
That's human nature.
Exactly.
And stop making us be unhuman by doing what is. And that's why Eric doesn't give a damn, because that's who I am. That's who I'm being. Why do I have to adjust me or explain me? I mean, Eric, I don't mean to speak for you because you're a grown-ass man, but that is kind of what you're saying. You don't want to have to be adjusting to compromise with somebody else.
To make people feel comfortable with my presence.
Yeah, and so why should we? But so Tressa,
like I don't have the right to be angry about something.
Right? Why not? It's human nature.
Right? Because then when I get angry about something, then I am excluded, or they point the tip of the spear at me.
Okay, so both of y'all take a deep breath for a second. This is the only reason I presented this, which Karen was talking about, because white America, and we know this from our own personal experiences. That's the part that they have a struggle with, Tressa. What you just said is layered on the entitlement that comes with it.
They're going to have to struggle on because I don't care.
No, they're going to have to fix their own stuff and get the hell out the way.
If they don't fix it, that ain't my problem.
They still got to get the hell out of the way, because the inability for that part of our white society to not fix that is not our problem any longer.
I watched, and I hear the music, and I'm going to say this real quick. I watched Living Single this morning, and there was an episode where...
you know that went off air a long time ago, right?
I know.
But she's in Mississippi. So
y'all just got it down there?
They just got it.
I'm in Mississippi. So there was an episode where this Italian guy comes in and asks Wakefield Overton for his Lincoln. Because his dad wants to be buried in the Lincoln, and Wakefield didn't want to settle the Lincoln. So Wakefield asked him, he said, what happens if I say no? And the white guy turns around and looks, he says, I don't know. No one's ever told me no.
There it is.
Well, again, that's a little problem, a little fragility problem. That doesn't have anything for me to do with the data. You got to fix the data. Whoever's in the way, you're going to get stomped on if you ain't out of the way. You're just going to get stomped on. The data needs to change.
Because we're about fixing the data.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You ready for the news, Tressa?
I am.
Hey, we're going to do it right this time, okay?
Okay.
All right, the number is 773-763-9278. I see Dredson, David, Patricia, Norbert, and Charles. You guys are holding, and you're next. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Kamal Murray. Check us out at www.x16.org. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis, directly from your account, and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA. SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
Hi, my name is Audra Wilson, and I'm the President and CEO of the Schreiber Center on Poverty Law. You can visit us at www.povertylaw.org. Hey, cousins. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
I'm Teresa McDonald, and here are real news stories from real research that we are following here at the family meeting.
Hey, Teresa, it worked. It worked, girl.
I know, right? Illinois health officials reported 1,860 new probable and confirmed cases of COVID-19 today, including 27 additional deaths. Currently, Illinois health officials are reporting a total of 1,339,728 cases, including 22,019 deaths in 102 counties in the state. As of Saturday night, 1,916 people in Illinois were reported to be hospitalized with COVID. Of those, 472 patients are in ICU and 225 patients are currently on ventilators. Finally, Disneyland, some more upbeat news. Disneyland reopened on Friday, y'all, after being closed for more than a year. But many health officials' safety protocols will continue to be enforced, they said. Additional health safety measures, including required face coverings for all guests 2 years old and older, temperature screenings for all guests entering the park, cashless transactions, and capacity limitations at attractions. Before the gates opened on Friday, Disney CEO Bob Chapek raised the American flag and shared brief remarks with Disneyland cast members. Although Disney World and other Disney parks have been able to reopen recently, the months of closures have led to big layoffs, with the company shedding more than 32,000 employees. Disney's resort unit had employed more than 170,000 workers globally, but the company has not yet released updated numbers since the layoffs. Visit our website, tfmradioshow.com, and for all of you that watch us live, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications, archived audio and video of the broadcast, as well as our music playlist. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show, and on Instagram, The Family Meeting. And please, family, don't forget to show some love. Become a patron of the show for just $5. $5. Send a message to The Family Meeting on Facebook or email us info@tfmradioshow.com. $5, y'all. $5. The news today was brought to you by Identity Guard. Yay! Each year, millions of Americans fall victim to identity theft, but you can protect yourself by visiting lookaftermyid.com to sign up for as little as $6 per month. That's lookaftermyid.com. Go ahead and do that now.
Say something Mississippi now.
No, I'm not going to do that. This has been your Family Meeting News. I'm Teresa McDonald, Eric, Richard, and myself. We're right back with more of the Family Meeting.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
You probably have a lot of questions about opportunities to save on your electricity bill by going solar. Well, here's your chance to get your questions answered. Call Tracy today at 708-261-6290 or visit her website at www.solarsaves.pro for a no-obligation discussion about your opportunity to save your electricity bill by going solar. You'll also learn about the 26% federal tax credit and the Illinois Solar Renewable Energy Credit that could save you as much as 1/3 of the cost to convert. Call Tracy today at 708-261-6290 and be sure to visit her website www.solarsaves.pro. That's www.solarsaves.pro or call her at 708-261-6290. Heard of CBD but unsure about the benefits? Then you need to visit the CBD Fun Store, where we have dozens of natural cannabis-based products that promote everyday well-being. The form of cannabis that we use as Wakana's all-natural line of products is industrial hemp. Come directly to the CBDFunstore.com to explore the benefits and place an order. We have a full suite of products including oil, gummies, creams, smokable hemp, and pain relief cream to suit all your needs. All of our products are backed by our 30-day money-back guarantee. Your satisfaction is our focus. So visit CBDFunstore.com where we make good health fun. The CBD Fun Store is a fully licensed microdispensary under the Wakana 4 Life Distribution Group. You must be 21 years old to purchase CBD products. Please consult your healthcare professionals about the potential interactions or other probable complications before using any product.
An essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Get past the people, get past the hit me. Get on down like I want to get on the good foot. Good foot. I got to get on the good foot. Going down to the crib and let all hang out. Where sober people know what it's about. Going down to the crib and let it all hang out. Where sober people know what it's about. Where people give
This is Paul Mark Wallace, president of InSync Consulting Services. Our website is www.insynccs.com. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Dare you not to get up on that one. Dare you.
It's impossible.
You're moving the furniture back because you're afraid you're going to break something.
Because diamond the table out the way.
That's right. No, that's my good furniture over there, man.
Y'all got to go
push that aside, man.
Yeah.
With the plastic on. Y'all got plastic on furniture down there?
It'll melt. It'll get too hot. Just I know.
I'm sitting on my good couch now. That couch over there, that ain't for sitting. That's for looking at.
Everything down here needs air, baby. Everything down here needs air. You put something up with plastic, it's going to get moldy because the humidity down here is rough.
Yeah, you got to get air stuff out. Hey, Tressa, I was asking E about this. Did you catch this?
Hey, Tressa, your boy is in here looking greasy today, too, by the way.
What does that even mean?
I thought he was sweating. The boy's just greasy.
He said, Rich. I leaned back. I took my cap off. He said, Rich, why are you sweating, man? I said, I'm not sweating. He said, well, you look it up and greasy over there.
Oh my God!
It's been one of those weekends. We did a ton of yard work, so I'm probably got that flow look. You know what I mean?
Boy, looking greasy, man. Like he just ate some chitlins, man. He looking greasy.
Tressa, like I've been in that humidity. Hey, Tressa, so did you catch the quick interview that they did on at the Academy Awards with Glenn Close talking about doing the butt? No. Oh, you got to pull that up.
He's the only one on earth that watched that. You know that, Tressa.
I did not watch the Academy Awards.
He's the only person on earth.
My cousin said, "Hey, did you see
your greasy ass?"
Hey, I'd rather be greasy than dusty.
I know that's right, Ray.
Your boy Tim Scott got some dusty pictures too, boy.
Wow.
Like he ain't got no lotion in the house, man.
Eric, a full set of teeth, about $6,000 on a good day.
Get off that man.
No,
let's leave it at ashy, man. Don't get on his teeth, man.
No, because Tressa, you can't.
Ashy Larry looking at
it. You can't look at it. You can't look at his grill to listen to what he's saying if you can't look at his grill.
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder what does his family say when he goes home.
His mama's not alive, so it ain't a lot.
Carolina.
His mama's not alive, so it's probably not a lot.
He probably don't go to many family functions. I mean, I just can't believe his entire damn family thinks that mess.
Throughout the history of the country, there's been 1,995 people that have served in the Senate. Tim Scott was only the 4th black person in American history to be elected to the Senate by a popular vote. Since his election, only 3 more have been elected, meaning black people make up 0.5% of the total number of senators.
That's actually less than the population of black people in America.
Yep. Which is ultimately the data point we want to reach. If we represent 13 to 15% of the population, then we should be in that range. Anything outside of that is abhorrent, quite frankly.
And that links itself to the conversation this week on policy and change regarding D.C. statehood. And everybody, if you understand a little bit about history, and I know Tommy's going to beat us up on this one, There's two. There's a state that got split into two for one simple reason, and that's to advance the number of white senators and or white representatives, let's call it as it is, in North and South Dakota.
Black women are the most educated demographic in America. Black women.
That's right.
Black women are God. The most educated demographic in America are among the lowest paid. Black women with a master's degree makes roughly the same salary as a white man with an associate's degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching an interview that Oprah had gave when she said she was back in 1980. She was making $20,000 for her job alongside her co-host on Good Morning America, or whatever that show was she was on here in Chicago.
Good Morning America.
She said she found out he was making $50,000. She went to her boss and asked them, hey, I need a raise. And she said, the boss asked her, well, why do you need a raise? She said, because my co-host is making $50,000 and I'm only making $20,000. And she said her boss told her in this interview, she said the boss said, well, why do you need to make that much money? He has a family. He has kids. Do you have a family? Do you have kids? He's got kids he's got to put through college.
Which ain't the point.
That's the point, yeah.
Which is not the point. No, it's not the point at all.
You're right.
She just wants equal pay.
Right. And so now, if she pushes even harder, then she becomes an angry black woman and she risks her career.
Right. Yeah. And this goes to, again, what Karen was saying. And they would replace her with a white woman.
With somebody that was
a white woman, so that they can cover their behinds in one area. Gender equality, facially, but not racial equality as it relates to having hired a black woman.
And so we've got people who walk among us every day who really are kind of enthusiastic about jumping in and fixing the system. But one, they won't acknowledge their role in it because everybody plays a small role in it. And meanwhile, the people that we rely on to change tend to allow the righteous indignation to usurp strategy.
Yep.
This is the right thing to do, and don't do it for the right thing. Do it because it's right.
Well, they resort to it's too hard to fix. I can't legislate the hearts of men. This isn't an emotional or hearts of men type thing. This is a legislative, data-driven thing that needs to be done to say, hey, no matter what the perpetrator's costume is that they're wearing, black, white, purple, green, whatever, if this infraction is committed, this is the sentencing, or this is
this is the imbalance as it relates to our systems, because this is where you tie in the numbers, Tressa. So, all right, we won't get into the the esoteric or the emotional reason why. We'll take Eric's line. It's good for business, and let's use the data. We present the data, which folks like you, me, and Eric are very, very well versed in. We present the data. The comeback is never a counter of the data. It's a counter with, we can't do it. It's too hard.
It's too hard. I ain't trying to hear that.
And the basis of that emotionally, I'm sorry, I just have to stay here for a minute, is that they're too weak to get it, to do the work, because they don't give a damn.
Well, if they think it's hard to do it, it's hard to live it.
It's hard to live it, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how it's hard to do it.
And I don't necessarily want to take the thought provoking process out of it, because there have been instances where I know for a fact a person wearing a brown costume should have had the book thrown at them, but the judge saw fit to give him another chance, or give them another chance, or whatever. So I don't necessarily want to take that piece out of it.
Absolutely.
I just want the judges to be more aware of the fact that when they're sentencing people, if we're just in that vein for right now, when you're sentencing people, be more mindful that there are more of us in jail than there are of you.
Well,
and don't come.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, just don't give me that thing where you remind me of me when I was young, because you can't say that to a black defendant.
No, you can't do that.
Say that to you can't say that to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So let me. I'm gonna ask Greasy's permission to grab the phones. Can I grab the phones, Greasy?
I'm talking to you, Rick.
We call him Greasy. I'm calling Greasy, Tressa.
Speaking
of Greasy, you need to get your ass back up and wash. How am I going to walk around with a dirty face all this time?
See, that's the problem. See, Tressa, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Your boy up here greasy because you ain't washing faces.
But I took look, y'all. I took a good shower. I'm just still running warm from Eric's just squinting at me, Tresson. He just squinting at me, girl.
Oh, shiny face. Let me get my man Dretson in here. Dretson, what's new?
Hey, man. Dude, this Tim Scott thing, man. Okay, look. Now, first, I take issue with people using Uncle Tim because it's a spin on Uncle Tom. And if anyone read Uncle Tom's Cabin, they would know the bad guy was Sambo.
Yep.
It was not Uncle Tom. Sambo was the person who was actually basically protecting white supremacy and trying to improve his position in white supremacy at the expense of black people, and ended up being the person who killed Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Very true.
All right.
Very true.
Now, yeah. Okay. The second thing, I'm going to give you all a little bit of a checkmate. If you want a checkmate rhetorical piece, all right? So if someone wants to understand if something is racist and simply finding a black face that supports it dismisses it, I'm going to give you all this. The 1890 Mississippi Convention, the 1890 Mississippi State Convention, which was used to promote the poll tax, all right, and the literacy test for the purpose of, keeping black folks from being able to vote. All right. And if you ask people about those things, they all concede that that was racist. And then ask them, say, what if I show you a black person that voted for it? Does it now mean it's not racist? And if they do, if they say that, the truth was there was a trap. Isaiah Montgomery, black Republican in Mississippi, voted yes for the 1890 Mississippi Convention that added the literacy test and the poll tax.
He did.
Yes, he did. Does that now mean those things are not racist? Because we found a black Sambo that agreed to it. So trying to roll out Tim Scott on Sambo self. Okay, now look. and three. I mean, I look at Samboism like categories of hurricanes, right? I'm kind of conflicted between Candace Owen and Tim Scott because Candace Owen is worse than Tim Scott, but she didn't have a captive audience of such a widespread that Tim Scott just had the other day.
Exactly.
So I'm looking at him like a category 4, like the kind where you're hanging onto a pole and your feet are flapping in the air type of I'm kind of looking at him like that, man, because three other stats I want to give you, and I'm not at home, so I can't give you like the acts, but there's 3 stats I wanted to throw in there with you all. So some people, when you put out stats, they'll try to spin to, well, black people did something to put us in that position or something, right? Mm-hmm. And you can explain that away, but these 3 things are going to be a little harder. I know y'all have seen the research done on black-sounding names on resumes in the United States, getting less callbacks than white resumes with the same qualifications.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they've also done it in the UK.
Yeah.
And they got the same results in the UK.
Yep.
Okay, now, that's one thing. Number 2, there was a research, I think it's called the silent hand. And it showed that on eBay, a black hand holding something got far less responses than a white hand holding something.
In advertising.
Right.
In advertising, you mean, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you put, like, let's say a cell phone on eBay for sale, you got a black hand holding it gets less responses. White hand holding it doesn't get, it gets high. And then the people that did respond to black people were less likely to divulge certain personal information because simply a black hand was holding it. Okay, and a recidivation study showed that there were white people who, when they got an arrest record, they were still likely to be hired over a black person with similar arrests. Then it showed that there were white people who had an arrest record who were getting more responses than black people with no arrest record.
Sure.
See, why is that? Why is that?
White fragility. I mean, we can data all day long, right on, but the basis of it is white fragility, starting with white male fragility.
Okay, here again, why doesn't matter. The data is the problem.
The data is the problem. The end result is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dretson, you're the smartest. You're the smartest Dretson in the whole wide world,
you
man.
get to move to the front of the class,
man. I'm a step aside so drunk ass Adrian can get on. I know he started drinking around. I know he started drinking around 4, and you all had him on. I think he was on hold for a long time and got disconnected or something. But you all got to see that when he starts drinking, if you see him on the line, you got to take him in, because you make him wait till like 5:30, 5:45. You know, he might pass out. You know, he won't be on the line anymore, and you won't get that wisdom from the drunken monk side of him. You know,
I'm sure that's sage advice, man. Thank you for that. You're the smartest Dretson in the whole wide world.
Call me, okay. All right, thanks, man. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Y'all get the rest of them calls. I just wanted to slip that stuff in for y'all.
All right, man. Be well.
Okay. All right, take care.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Let me we got to take a break here. I was going to get Patricia. Patricia, you're next, girl. I got to get you next because I got to see what's going on in Flossmoor.
Flossmoor.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing for sure.
It's great when someone brings that other data.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so the problem is the data just sits. Yeah. I mean, there are people, right-minded people in this country. It doesn't matter what you write, white or black. It doesn't matter, who see that data and it's like, it's a shame.
It is a shame.
It's a shame. And then they find a charity to donate to, and then they walk off. Listen, you got to fix that.
Yeah.
You got to fix that. That's untenable.
Roll up your sleeves and
get
involved.
It just is, man. All right, y'all. Number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of The Family Meeting.
Hello, I'm Michael Hinton, assistant principal from Paul Revere. Go Raiders. Keep listening to The Family Meeting.
Face in the mirror that I see, sometimes confused by the double standards of society. And maybe I'm wrong about the way I feel, but then sometimes I wonder just what is really real. Now I respect myself, I respect you too, but in the end it's got to be doing to me as I do it to you. Now I'm trying to tell you it's time.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. We all know that 2020 was quite a year. COVID-19, the economy, financial markets, and the election have impacted our sponsors and advertisers across the board. We thought rather than being solely dependent on sponsors and advertisers to maintain our show, we would create a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page. We know you appreciate what we have to offer, from our Stop By and Pull the Seat dialogue to our Red Hot Music playlist, and our guests, politicians, authors, and small businesses. It is with that knowledge that we ask you to support The Family Meeting and to become a cousin and a monthly subscriber to our show using our Patreon page. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to keep The Family Meeting a viable voice here on WCPT, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Your monthly support will also help us expand our reach and touch more people across the progressive conversation. To become a Patreon subscriber, go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link. Simple and sweet. Thanks, cousins. We look forward to keeping this party going.
A 2016 study estimated that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
Your girl see me, she know my hair, she gon' hit me up tomorrow. Out the mill, hop out the well. Pop bottles, pour 'em on the model for the thrill. Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince. You know we act, take it and we don't borrow. And you know me, I'm out of the ordinary. I'm rather extraordinary. My diamonds is ordinary. We getting money, genius, and I continue to get that paper. So won't you mind your business? Don't be a fucking hater. I need that. You got the remedy. You look surprised, ma. I gotta refresh in your memory. Get to get it, mujeres. Tell me what you want, but before I can blow my live, baby, lit up the brand new funk.
This is Attorney Gina Smith of Jami Law, JAMII Law.com. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. So,
yes,
I need to get these phones, man.
Go for it,
because people have been waiting for a while. And I appreciate y'all holding on like that.
We have some great folks.
We have a tendency to go on and on here, and I need to do a better job of getting to y'all sooner. So I appreciate globally y'all hanging on with us, and I hope that y'all can hear us okay while you're on the phone. And I'm sorry that we piss you off as well, because the thing you called about originally, we done left a long time ago. So I mean, we try to accommodate y'all.
We're here for you.
Yes, we are.
Anyway.
But we ain't here for you. Don't give them all that now.
Well, all right.
Because they be coming asking to borrow money. Nah, they ain't got no money.
We gave away already.
That's right. Let's get Patricia going, Flossmore. Patricia, what's up, girl?
Hello. I was calling because since you've changed, I've changed mine slightly as well. I wanted to mention about the $20 bill that they want to put Harriet Tubman on.
Right.
And I think that's another one of the things, our history for so many people starts with slavery. I would much rather see Katherine Johnson, the mathematician and NASA employee, who would inspire kids, black and white, on that $20 bill.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The second thing I wanted to mention was, he talked about discrimination, et cetera, and I'm a 68-year-old retired.
See, Patricia tried to lie about her age there. Patricia started lying about her age already.
I tell you, you wait, it's a blur. You see how fast it passes. But at any rate, at 68, an African American, I have a good friend who is a serious runner. He even came to Chicago and ran that 26-mile marathon, got the medal, whole 9 yards. He lives in Washington, D.C. He's out jogging, gray hair like mine, and the police pull him over, say, he said, I'm almost 70 years old. When did you age out of being a potential thug?
Wow.
What does this person look like? They said, well, look, he's between 20 and 40, and he's a black man. He said, I'm almost 70 and a black man. When do I age out? And I thought that was...
That's telling.
Also, that black lady that was going in North Carolina for the funeral, also 68, also a librarian, dragged out by her hair, thrown to the ground.
Yeah.
When is it? They don't even. They used to at least let auntie and uncle get by. Now we don't even age out. They beat us down when we're super seniors,
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I thought that was something that you guys might be interested in addressing, as well as the $20 bill.
Yeah, but how? But how, Patricia? How do we address that? I mean, the $20 bill for me is cool, but it's kind of a shiny thing. I mean, I want real change. I don't want no name on a $20 bill. I'll substitute that for real things, but I don't know how to change it.
Well, this is where, like I said, as a librarian, we need to start writing and calling and jumping up and down with devotion. We were talking about statistics, and one of my persons that was doing the research in the library I was working in, they said that for each one person who calls a congressman, now most of them want you to email or text or whatever, contact them, they put you on a multiplier. You're equal to 1,000 people. They think 1,000 people think just like you do. Especially the black folks who live in these red states. The people that live in Georgia, in North Carolina, and South Carolina. They need to pick up the phone. Get on the email.
Okay, that's a good point.
Let these folks know, hey, we see you.
That's a good point. That's a good data point. Yeah. Patricia, we appreciate it. Be safe out there.
Thanks, Patricia.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks.
You bet.
So, Edith, to what Patricia said real quickly, that's going back to what Tressa said about benefits and assistance and all. I don't know this, but I would ask the question, do you think that the reason that black folks in red states maybe don't do what Patricia recommended in terms of calling and being part of that multiplier conversation is tied to the whole thing about, well, if I do this, I'm going to lose that?
I don't know. I don't really know anybody.
Does that make sense? That
I don't really know anybody.
There's a fear factor piece to that too, Richard.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, I'm tying it into your...
And I know we got callers. I want to make this point real quick. When I first got down here, right, I was reviewing some of my dad's tax records and, things like that for his home that he has. And I saw a few discrepancies, right? Mm-hmm. So I go to the courthouse and I go, hey, I'd like to, for my dad, and my dad was with me. And I said, I'd like to, understand why his tax records are, the change was so dramatic for this 1 year, and then again this year, and then again this year. So they gave me this song and dance, this two-step, right? So I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what I want to do is I want to submit a FOIA. He said, a FOIA? I said, yeah, Freedom of Information Act. He said, I said, this is county government, this is public record. So I am able to FOIA all of the tax records in this county so I can compare them, size properties to the same size that my father has, so I can see if they're, if everybody's being taxed equally. Mm-hmm. Baby. Mm. When I went to talking like that and asking this, you should have saw those folks running around like their heads, chickens' heads was cut off. Mm-hmm. I probably we could get that information to you, but it may take me some time. I said, I don't care how long it takes you. I want that information. So then I raised another issue about a few other things, and I've kind of been raising several issues. You know what some of these black folks said to me, Brian? You better be careful. Mm-hmm. They don't like that when you start asking questions about stuff that they doing. For one, why does the county supervisor have to drive a 90,000 Z71 2021 Chevy Silverado?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When the roads coming down in our community is raggedy as all get out.
Well, that goes back to what we said a lot, Tristan. You're exactly right. I mean, it used to be when we were in a room with mixed company, when you wanted to refer to someone as white, you'd whisper it. Mm-hmm. He's white. He's white. Yeah. Right, because we didn't want to upset somebody like they don't know they're white. But that you're right. That goes to that. It's an old thing. It's as old as black families' desire to deliver capital punishment against their children. It's what they learned from the larger society. Yep. It's capital punishment is how you change people's behaviors. Whereas white families don't do that to their children.
Which was imported, frankly, from Europe. By Europeans brought that garbage over here.
Right. So a lot of that goes. One of the real things that kind of bothers me, and I have a hard time getting this all the way out because how people react to what I say, at least initially. You've got black people walking around attempting to have their hair look like white people's hair. And it doesn't matter to me if you're doing it because it's easier to manage. It matters to me if you do it because you think the way your hair comes out of your head naturally is ugly.
Mm-hmm. Is ugly, exactly.
That's a problem. And Brother Minister Malcolm taught us that from the very beginning, that we walk around hating ourselves and whispering and trying to justify our existence in front of white folks. And that is a huge burden.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't want to upset white folks. And this last local election that we had in my community, it was a black woman running for mayor and a white woman running for mayor. And I made the statement, this is our chance to elect a black woman mayor for the first time. Mm-hmm. Oh, everybody's upset. Why would you say that? And then the black folks in particular upset me. No, because I don't care what they think. But I had to go back at them a certain way because they came at me saying like, well, if you keep saying stuff like that, you're going to upset the white folks.
Oh, Lord.
What the hell I kept... watch your language, E.
Tressa,
your language, E.
I need a GoPro, Tressa, so I can... you see, you can pull it up. You can pull it up.
Man, please.
I see it.
How about that, man? So I'm that guy. Man, I'll say it. I don't mind saying it out loud. I've said it in front of people, anybody. If it is what it is, I'm going to say it. And you need to deal with me. If you have to deal with me or deal with somebody else, but you're going to have to deal with it.
Well, I harken back to Beverly Hills Cop 1, the first Beverly Hills Cop movie, when Eddie Murphy goes to the counter at the hotel.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get a room, and he's working the system. But the way in which he approaches it and says, the reason y'all getting upset is because, and I'm going to report this to the publication that I work for, is because there's no nachos in here. You don't want no nachos in here.
You don't want them.
That's okay. Right. So to Eric's point, that's trauma. That's ongoing trauma, and people don't get upset that we're saying it, and you're listening and going, "Oh, here they go again." Mm-hmm. You're damn right. Here we go again, because it's an ongoing thing. Yeah. But in the database world that Eric is driving us toward, that emotional piece, you cannot not look at it as you look at the data. The data is a tool to make it real for those who don't believe it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Let me get David calling from Sacramento, California. I like saying Sacramento. Sacramento, California. Dave, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. Sorry you on hold so long, man.
Yeah, that was about 2 hours.
What kind of clock you got, man? It wasn't no 2 hours.
Ain't even been here 2 hours, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, it's about 3:30 my time, Pacific Standard Time. I don't know. It's about 3 hours your time.
All right.
No, we only on for 2 hours, man. David's smoking weed today.
First of all, Dave.
Hey, well, I'm going to tell you, I was talking about that guy. Remember that guy who was talking about Sambo's? He was talking about Sambo's. Remember that? I got kind of hungry because he was like talking about that restaurant, Sambo's with the tiger.
There's a restaurant it's called Sambo's? I never heard of that, man.
You heard that's called Sambo's?
No, man. We ain't got that here, man.
There is a restaurant called Sambo's. Yes, there is.
Wow.
Okay, we ain't got it here in civilization. What the hell y'all looking at, man?
No, we don't. But there is a restaurant called Sambo's.
Wow. Dave, what you doing in Sacramento now that you got like 3 jobs and doing all these adult things? What's
Chasing
going on?
Women and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm making a lot of money in buying my stocks at Amazon. I have about 27 stocks with Amazon at $3,500 per share.
There you
so
go.
It's adding up.
That's what you do.
So, and my retirement and all that, my pension. So anyway, make a long story short, I just wanted to say, since all these stupid Republicans, lie about this, sitting on their ass every single time just for them to get, into office, saying that we need to talk about that, Biden is going on the tour of selling this, this plan, multi-million-dollar plan to create more jobs. When the Republicans are thinking that we're that stupid to fall for that ass, for them to just go ahead and try to get, reelected. I just want to tell you that Biden's doing a fantastic job. His polls are about 65% high rating. I think he's doing a great job. And now that I have peace of mind, and I don't have to worry about that Twitter every single morning on CNN, when I wake up to go to work, I have to find out what else this idiot, who's no longer the president, thank God for that. I just want to say he's doing a great job. And he basically came through, and I just got my second vaccine. I just got my second Pfizer shot on Friday, which was 2 days ago.
Good for you.
Got my second shot, which is great. Well, that one really knocked me out, by the way. That was really bad. But
really?
I feel better now. So, yeah, it was pretty sweaty. But other than that...
Are you a greasy too, man?
He's doing a fantastic
you get
job,
greasy?
He's great.
Dave got
What's
greasy.
that?
You got greasy like black Asian dude, man?
Yeah, but you're doing better, right, Dave? No, he was busting.
Yeah, I'm doing better, but the vaccine for the Pfizer is great. The first shot is okay, but I'm sure you heard about stories that the second shot's going to hit you a little bit harder on the arm.
Wow. Yeah.
But you don't. Other than that, but I'm glad that my chances are getting it very slimmer than none. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for those that are asymptomatic, but as far as I'm concerned, I just think that I want to tell you that thank God we have Biden, and he works. Kamala Harris works. They're working. They're going on tour. They're selling this new job plan and all this kind of stuff. When stupid idiot Trump and all the Republicans, that's all they do is talk about, I think we need to talk about this. I think we need to talk about this. I think we need to talk about this. I hate the Republicans. They're a bunch of liars. They're, lying sack of craps. That's all they do is,
walking around talking about Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just so sick of them. The Republicans think that we're going to fall for this. We're not falling for this. I feel very secure with Biden, and I'm glad that he's doing a great job. I just wanted to say that. I'm very happy with both of them. I really am.
Great. So I'm glad you're well, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Be well, okay?
Stay safe, Dave.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Okay. See you.
Okay, bye.
Let me get Norbert in here before we get this break in.
Yes, sir.
My man Norbert. What's up, man?
Hey, Eric, how you doing? It's great to talk to you. Hopefully the wind's not going to be too bad. Although on my bike today, the gust is...
Oh, Mary Poppins is back on his bike again.
Yeah, he's out there in Wheaton, man. You're on the Norbert, are you on the Wheaton Triangle, that trail? Or no?
Actually, I'm on the DuPage River Trail.
Okay.
What the hell are y'all talking about, man?
Okay. It does connect to the Wheaton trails.
Wheaton Trail.
But I'm not going on that long of a ride today. Yeah, I was not surprised by Tim Scott's speech, but it's an ongoing disappointment that the Republicans don't even try, not even one little inch of effort to win black voters.
Yep.
They're 100% suppressed black votes instead of trying to compete for black votes. And it's really not that hard to stand up and say that you want opportunity for all. It's not really that hard to say that if everybody is moving forward or everybody's making gains in their salaries and wages and opportunities, it's good for everybody. And especially with what Joe Biden said about our competition with China, we need everybody. We can't let people not participate and be strong and get good jobs in technology, because China's got millions and millions more engineers than we do.
Yep.
So we need more engineers, more scientists, and there's opportunities for everybody, and that's what the Republican message to compete with the Democrats for the black votes should be.
See, Norbert, there's a huge problem with what you just said. And that problem is it makes too much sense.
Professor Norbert, you always make the right too much sense. Because
who wants to do all that, man, making all that sense all the time? Who wants to do that?
We know you're right.
Let's do something stupid. Let's just do that.
Let's put a black dude on and have him go on about there's no racism or we're not a racist country. Meanwhile, the message could have been a completely different message to try to persuade, if there are going to be black voters for Republicans.
Yeah,
and they
just trying to scare people and all that kind of stuff.
No policy, no idea.
You shouldn't go around trying to make sense, Norbert. It's not going to help you very much, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you.
This frustrates you.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to see Republicans in Englewood or in Austin, in Lawndale, to help improve those in communities. Be a part of the solution.
Yeah.
And not just try to preserve the status quo.
Yeah, you're right. Norbert, be well, man. Stay safe on your bike, all right?
Yeah, I love you guys.
Love you back, man.
Take care, Teresa. Be careful down there in Mississippi. I know I spent some time when I was in the Army down in Mississippi, and it's a different world.
Trust me.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not lying. I understand.
All right, be well, man.
Take care, Norbert.
Love you.
So I'm sorry, Norbert. I didn't mean to cut you off that fast. So
he was trying to get it. He couldn't say it. He knows what it's like down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows it.
Look what I found, y'all. This is actually a rehearsal by the Isley Brothers. It's a rehearsal. Funking it up on the rehearsal, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the show.
That's right. All right, y'all. Tommy's next. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
I'm Raquel Gibson from the law offices of Raquel Gibson, and the Family Meeting will be right back.
This is Brittany Perry. Did you know there's a black-owned footwear brand based here in Chicago? Perry Co. Shoes creates affordable luxury footwear and accessories for both men and women. Whether you're in a suit or out with friends, they provide pieces you can wear on a daily basis. Breaking barriers, inspiring style. Visit www.perrycoshoes.com to purchase a pair today. That's www.perrycoshoes.com.
A 2016 study estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
A health issue that's not getting better. It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
This is Rodney Harrington. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
So that's a modern, that's 2011 Kool and the Gang. So they remade the song with Jamiroquai singing.
It's a great song. It's a great song. It's a great song. Wow.
Yeah, they still had the funky back in 2011 too,
Yeah,
boy.
man. You know, it's like riding a bike.
Although I still think Kool and the Gang ain't much of a bass player. I mean, Kool ain't much of a...
Robert Kool Ballard?
Yeah, kind of basic, man.
That's all right, man. You know.
Everybody's just kind of basic. Let Eric tell
He
you.
ain't basic, man. He ain't doing nothing.
Who's
man.
great? Who's the great bass players?
Come on, man.
Current.
Come on.
Bootsy Collins.
That's funny.
Bootsy Collins.
I
That's
asked-
all he gonna say is Bootsy Collins.
Well, no, actually, Tress, I asked him a few weeks ago. I said, so who are your favorite?
Tell her who I said.
Who are your favorite 2 or 3 bass players? Right off the bat, number 1, Patrice Rushen. Number 2, he couldn't think of the name, but he
Marcus
described
Miller.
it, and I just, Marcus Miller.
Yeah.
Marcus Miller, and he didn't really have a third, I don't think. Current.
Now, Patrice Rushen is a genius.
What about the basketball player? He played for
Wayman Tisdale.
Wayman Tisdale.
Yeah.
He was a bad bass
He was good.
player.
He's good.
all right. Come on, man.
Yeah, but Marcus Miller is he's the premier current bass player from a bass playing standpoint, and then from
Yeah, but he's a studio bass player. He's not a front man.
You've not seen him. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, he's talented, but he ain't like Bootsy. Bootsy make that thing dance.
Nobody's like Bootsy. That's like,
just saying.
nobody was like Wes Montgomery either as a lead bass.
Patrice Rushen is better than Bootsy.
Trust me, that's one of those debates that you just can't win. Because Patrice Rushen is something else.
The bass is bigger than her. She worked that thing.
She did. She still does. Yeah.
She still does.
She still does. Yeah.
And she's teaching at USC now.
Well, Marcus Miller does this. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're both preeminent.
But she's man, and she's a studio musician too.
Right. They both are. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen Marcus live. I've seen him. I
Because
mean,
they can't sing worth a damn. Neither one of them can sing worth a damn.
No, but that's okay. And Bootsy couldn't sing either.
Bootsy can't sing either.
But
I don't know. The brothers Johnson, that one brother. Come
Thunder
on.
Thumbs, yeah. Thunder
Oh
Thumbs.
my God.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
Yeah, he was good. So we had on the show before you guys came around the brother who played the bass for George Duke on Dookie Stick. He lived in South Holland.
You told me about him. Yeah.
He died a couple of years back, but he was running a music school in South Holland.
Okay.
Really, really good brother. I mean, really good brother. And he didn't bring his bass with him, which made me upset. But
there's some younger bass players that are making a move. They're not. I mean, they all give homage to folks like Wes Montgomery, although he wasn't a bass player, but to the Marcus Millers and the Patrice Rushens of the world. because that's who they looked up to. That's what got them in the mix. So,
Verdine White's not bad either. I mean, I think he's got a bit of a spaz, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
because he hits every single note with his head. I think he's going to wrench his neck or something the way he's
bouncing
around stage with that. Real pretty hair too. Pretty hair, boy.
Listen to him, Tressa. You know Tommy gonna get after him about that.
Pretty man. Pretty hair, man. I'm just saying. That boy got pretty hair. All right, let's see what's on Tom's mind, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
All right. Tom, what's up, baby?
Well, first of all, let me just say hey to all of you guys, and especially Tressa. Can't tell you how much I have missed you. And just glad to hear that you're right back where you belong, as well as Richard and Eric. You know, there are certain things that, guys, I just don't understand. And I say I don't understand, but because I really do understand. You're talking about instruments and playing them. There was a time when individuals had to know an instrument. It was something that was rhythmically in their souls, in their hearts, in their minds, what they could make these instruments do. Until electronics came along. Now what you got is the absolute essence and absence of what real music really is. And when you stop and you think about real music, then you need to ask yourself a question, people. What happened to all the music that was in the public schools where a lot of these people came from? What happened to Made in USA, people? What happened to the fact of the matter of individuals coming to a microphone and constantly telling you, oh, we need more jobs? Well, what happened to all of that? I'll tell you what happened to it. What happened to it was they say these things, they don't do these things, and now we're all in this bowl. We're in this bowl using the magic spoon called separation, diversion, tactics. And why don't we recognize and understand a simple narrative? I see the three of you who are sitting in that studio, and neither one of you accepted mediocrity. Neither one of you accepted the standard of what everybody else does. Right now, everybody is running around here with all this confusion about dying, and nobody cares about the fact that people are really dying from every kind of cause that you can come up with, and they still don't have a cure for the cold, but I'm supposed to believe they got a cure for COVID. It doesn't matter to me what your decisions is when it comes to taking shots or not. But I'd like to ask our white counterparts, and I don't mean this in no negative way. One, ask yourself a question. What was happening in this country before y'all went over there on the boats and snatched up the colored people and brought them over here and made them work in the field? What was your excuse then for the individuals that caused you so much fear and so much harm? And when you come to the narrative, you begin to recognize, as I close, that basically where we're at, people, is classism. Them individuals up there running Washington, D.C., or supposedly making the local laws in which you live by are all in the class, and they play every last one of us as being absolutely stupid. Not only do they play us as being stupid, we actually are stupid. And for us as a nation of black people, what would be known has clearly been shown. We have had decade after decade and generation after generation to take this wealth and go back and build a Wakanda, or at least make your community safe. And so now why do we keep running to someone else to give us what we already have? And why do we even care about what somebody else thinks? I close with this today because I just want to tell you guys that everybody in my community now has weapons. And I can't break windows, because as soon as you break a window, they start shooting, man. It's shooting all over the place. Ain't no birds, ain't no squirrels and stuff. Hell, even the grass is all cut. So I might be moving to your neighborhood very soon. Keep listening to the family meeting. I know none of this made any sense, but hell, does anything else make any sense? Goodbye.
That's our weekly contribution to your safety, because if Tommy can't get it out here, he'll take it out on your community.
Even if you're our weapons.
So I guess my message today.
Weapons.
I guess my message today is. Yes. Like I'm delivering a message. What am I, a pastor or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, Lord. I'm not trying to get caught up in, I'm not advising you what to do and whether or not this country is racist. I've already decided that this country is racist at one level or another.
Sure.
Amongst different and varying peoples. But it doesn't make me any difference.
Right. And
it's of no consequence to me if you are a racist. I don't care. If you're a racist and I got a problem with you, I'm going to hit you in the mouth.
Yep.
That's how I'm going to deal with it. In lieu of that, I need the society in general, as it relates to the political discourse, to deal with the data. Deal with that. Don't shy away from it. Don't try to encourage people to throw money at not-for-profits. Deal with the data. Fix it. It's easy to fix. In my estimation, it's easy to fix. What you characterize as hard for you to do, is hard for us to live with.
Yeah, it's sort of a weekend pass versus a lifetime existence in terms of dealing with the difficulty, which we don't really care about. Eric has always made this point. And
we care about the difficulty. Trust me.
I mean, we care about the difficulty, but we don't care about the difficulty of those who say, "Oh, it's hard." Right. And that's not being anything other than honest. To your point earlier, Tressa, about if or maybe Eric, maybe I forget now, but why we have to guard ourselves or guide ourselves and make our personality and our largesse, both with our physicality and our brains.
They've never had to fight for anything the way we've had to fight.
And that whole conversation, Tressa, to your point about when I hear someone say, "Well, I fought for bring yourself up from your bootstraps," and this, that, and the other. I was just doing some analysis the other day. The company Leinenkugel Breweries, that makes Leinenkugel beer.
Oh, up there in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, that family came to the United States, or Joseph Leinenkugel came to the United States, and they brag about how great he was in building this brand post-Civil War. So how did he have the ability, the roads, the systems, the thises and the that's, to build that company?
Coming from a different country.
Without the sacrifices that we made to get it there so that he'd have a road to drive his truck down and deliver his beer. People don't stop and think about that. When we talk about the imbalance and the systemic imbalances, we're talking about that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Because we know what we've done and what we've gone through, and we recognize our white brothers and sisters have made quote-unquote sacrifices. All we're saying is acknowledge the systemic issues.
No. I don't need you to acknowledge it. I don't need you to do that. I need you to fix the data.
No, you need to acknowledge it and fix it. I'm not saying just...
Well, I mean, even if you want to...
They got to acknowledge it first. I don't care what anybody says, data or not. One of the data points that any person that studies data will say, if you don't acknowledge that X, Y, Z exists, the data is meaningless. That doesn't mean you rest on just, I've acknowledged it. Now do something, to Eric's point, all the time about the data.
What I would encourage people to do is not allow this to become a race thing.
Yes.
It's already accomplished. We already know there's a racial component. We need to move past that now to data and fixing it.
Okay.
Don't let nobody take you down the hole of, well, it's not a racist country because we elected a black president. Now you're arguing over the post-black,
if you're good
all that stuff. That's not really what I want to discuss.
I agree with that, and rather than but. If you recognize that, you should be capable of going, yes, this is true, and go forward with the data.
Yeah, but my point is that as long as you allow yourself to be chased off into that kind of argument, you can't talk about the data.
That doesn't mean you can't talk about, you can talk about both, but just don't get caught up. What Eric is saying,
that's the thing, though. If you allow both to occur, the person that you're trying to discuss it with is going to migrate towards that easier discussion.
I hear that, and I'm not going to agree with it totally because it's a percentage of what you talk about. I mean, you don't have to lean on or rest your laurels on just because you've acknowledged that exists or happened. Then use the data to make your point. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you just to be disagreeable.
No, I hear you. I'm just not interested in making any points with you. I'm saying that there's data out here.
Let's just use that.
Yeah, let's fix that. Let's focus on that. I don't care if if you found a data point where white folks were suffering disproportionately,
then that's part of the conversation.
Right. We need to fix where people are suffering disproportionately.
Or and I would go as far as saying not even if it's disproportionately, just if they're suffering to a point.
Now it's ridiculous to tell me that white people are getting less jobs now because of affirmative action. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Right, because that's where they try to take you. Right, we're suffering too. Our white children now think that they're oppressors. According to Tim Scott, they're suffering from a complex because they think they are oppressors and they're depressed and they need medication to help them with their depression. Because the hell with that.
Remember, right after 45 got elected, and Esquire did that article on young white boys and how they were struggling with their identity because they had been told for such a long time they were bad. And that the cure for that was to re-strengthen their white male, whatever. No, we don't care.
Whatever.
We don't care. There's no data to support that, but we don't care.
Now, if you were to tell me because of that, then their education levels are decreasing, or their health outcomes are less, or they were disproportionately committing suicide or something like that, then that's a problem. But that's not what's happening.
Right.
All they're going over and saying, "I feel bad, mommy."
Right. And I would want to see some data to support that.
And to that, man up.
Right.
Man up. Your granddaddy was an awful dude. And a lazy bastard to boot, because he had to go get people from across the water to work his damn field.
So he could sit and drink.
Your grandfather was a lazy sumbitch.
Yes, he was. And and in closing,
right?
Stanley Clark, Esperanza Spalding, and Larry Graham.
Larry Graham.
Oh.
Yeah.
Larry Graham.
Couldn't forget them.
Tressa, thank you, girl.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Black Asian
Next
dude,
week.
thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, next
What?
Sunday is Mother's Day.
Yes,
That's right.
well.
You're not here, right?
Nope, I won't be there.
Okay, enjoy that, girl. Enjoy it.
girl.
Thank you.
Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace.
So she could look good for FD. Overweight, loving MC. Rub you gently. You know the Steve, big CEO.
Proceeding programs for the family meeting is
Max
sponsored by
Gaines, similar
Polaris Insurance
next to
Agency and Eric
Gold.
Grant. And to the
Flex
extent
them
provided
out,
views and opinions
your room
do not
late at
necessarily
night.
express
It's
the
hell.
opinions of
Or
News
the
Web Radio.